in the this Workmen Compensation Act, the most important thing is that we must understand the objective of Workmen Compensation Act. Next is like who is applicable for or eligible for this particular benefit, which is a provision for the government of India for the company's employee or a worker. So these are the very important thing in Workmen's Compensation Act. When we were discussing the security law means we were discussing the two law in the social security. So there is one law related to state insurance act. Many company, they are contributing and they are registered under the state insurance act. So here it is very, very important that the company who are taking a benefit under this state insurance act for their employee, for their worker, they are not eligible to apply for this Workmen's Compensation Act, because there are a certain provision which is more similar to the same, because in that act also we have gone through the sixth benefit, which also cover the accident, the sudden death of the employee, or the suppose the certain emergency come under the many circumstances, and that candidate or maybe a dependent who is on behalf of the candidate, also the dependent, it can be uh, apply for this particular benefit to the organization if the organization is registered under this Workmen Compensation Act or the either the State Insurance Act. Okay, so this is very, very important to understand the concept under the Workmen's Compensation Act. So we have already gone through the objective. Now today we are discussing on like these are the definition we already started with. Now before going into detail, we must understand ki, according to this law, what are the these are the certain element, like who are the employer, disablement, wages, workmen. So we must clear all this. So dependent, who are a dependent? Dependent means any of the following relatives of a deceased workman's, namely a widow, or maybe suppose the person. Widow means his wife. A widow, a minor legitimate, a adopted son, an unmarried legitimate or adopted daughter, or a widowed mother. Okay, maybe even the suppose the employee and his father was already working. If he is getting a pension, then he is not a dependent. Okay, there are a certain condition where the father he is earlier condition was like government, they are also providing the pension scheme till the death. Okay, and after that, suppose the wife of that particular employee is live, then the government is giving pension to on behalf of that candidate to the wife. Okay, now suppose that is not an option here. If the widowed mother, that's why here mother, not mother, widowed mother. Okay, whereas the father is died of that candidate and the mother is there. A widow or minor legitimate, adopted son, unmarried legitimate, adopted daughter, means both the son and the daughter, adopted also, and your real daughter and son also, they are a dependent. So in second condition, if wholly dependent on the earning of the workman at the time of his death, a son or a daughter who has attained the age of 18 years and who is infirm. Okay, now infirm means they are not working, because in India 18 years we are considering, suppose if below 18 if they are working, it means we are considering as a child labor. Okay, and the even nobody, the government sector or they are not getting a job at the age of 18 if they are working under this means this particular below 18 years, it we are considering a child labor. So in that case, the both daughter and son, they are the dependent. In third condition, and any of the following were wholly or partially dependent on the workman at the time of his death, a widower, a parent other than a widowed mother, a minor illegitimate son, an unmarried illegitimate daughter or a daughter legitimate or the illegitimate or adopted if married, and a minor or if widowed and minor, a minor brother or minor brother. Why minor brother? Because there are many conditions. Suppose the parents are no more and the brother who is a minor, even he is also in brother and sister, if the father, their parents are not no more, so workman's for him, minor sister and the brother also a dependent. Unmarried sister, married sister क्यों नहीं? Because she is dependent on his her husband. That's why here brother and or an unmarried sister or a widowed sister if a minor. A widowed daughter-in-law, very very important, widowed daughter-in-law. Okay. Because son is not, because son nahi hai, to daughter-in-law also a dependent on the workman. A minor child or a predeceased son or a daughter where no parents of the child is alive, and a paternal grandfather if not the parent of the workman is alive. Paternal grandfather, grandparents. Okay. Maternal नहीं, paternal. सो वर्कमैन के ऊपर कौन कौन डिपेंडेंट है? एक तो उसके रियल वाइफ, रियल सन एंड डॉटर, इवन एडॉप्टेड सन एंड डॉटर. ओके. विडोड मदर, ब्रदर एंड सिस्टर इफ दे आर अ माइनर, है ना. इन केस विडोड डॉटर इन लॉ ऑल्सो डिपेंडेंट ऑन द वर्कमैन. इन सर्टन केसेस की उसके पेरेंट्स नहीं है ना. And the paternal grandfather if parents are not alive, and then in that case the grandparents also, maternal nahi, paternal grandparents also dependent on workmen. Okay. So are you getting the clear picture of like who are dependent on the workmen salary or workmen? Are you getting? Advait and Darshana, I think today Darshana joined. Are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So before going in detail, we must clear about like who are dependent on the workman's salary or the benefit under this provision. Now, who are employer? Employer definition under this law is defined under section 2 of clause 1 and E. Employer includes any person or a body of a person, whether incorporated or not, any managing agent of an employer, a legal representative of a deceased employer, a person to whom services of a workman are a temporary lent or a let on hire, and the workman. Spelling uska ye ho gaya. So they are the employer who is providing a salary or the wages to the concerned person or an employer in our language. But in legal language, any person or a body in the sense maybe a group of people, they have their establishment in a maybe a joining partnership में है, तो managing agent or employer. Sometime a group कैसे होता है, many organization they are outsourcing their any segment of a job, तो वो भी because they are agent, managing agent, तो they are also the employer. A legal representative of a deceased employer, the person to whom service or a workman are temporary. So sometime there are a part-time or the temporary or a contributory type of services. Even that case, they are also employer. Now, who are a workmen's? Now, workmen's definition is given by section 2(1) clause N. Workman means any person who is a railway servant as defined in a clause 34 of a section 2 of the Railway Act 1989. This is governed because the government sector hai and the railway ka koi bhi servant. Okay. So this is defined ki railway ka not permanently employed in any administrative district or a subdivisional office of railway and not employed in any such capacity as is specified in the schedule 2. Okay. So workman किसको बोला गया है? According to this, he is given a proper definition is a railway servant as defined in the clause 34 is a workman. A master or a seaman or the other member of the crew of a ship, they are also coming under the workman. It It does not include a person whose employment is of a casual nature. Casual nature means it's not a permanent in nature. Sometimes temporary basis पे होते हैं, तो they are not, we are not calling them as a workman. Okay, so it's defined, रेलवे के सर्वेंट को स्पेसिफिकली डिफाइन किया है, एंड देन अदर पीपल जो क्रू में या शिप में काम कर रहे हैं उनको भी वर्कमैन के बोला गया है. A captain or other member of the crew on an aircraft, again a workman. A person recruited as a driver, helper, mechanic, cleaner, or in any other capacity in connection with the motor vehicle. Okay. जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में काम कर रहे हैं उनको भी वर्कमैन कहा गया है. अ पर्सन रिक्रूटेड फॉर द वर्क अब्रोड बाय अ कंपनी एज इज मेंशन इन शेड्यूल 2. मेनी टाइम द पर्सन रिक्रूटेड फॉर अ वर्क अब्रोड, okay, they are also maybe company, Indian company, and they are having their franchisee or maybe their unit in abroad, and they are recruiting Indian company, they are recruiting for the employee to who can work in abroad. Okay, so they are also a workman. Person to be treated as a workman, there must be a contract of an employment. There must be a relationship of a master and the servant between the employer and the employee. The employment is for the purpose of employees trade or a business. The employment का nature कौन सा होना चाहिए कि something can be maybe a service industry है, कुछ production है, factory है, या organization है. तो in that case the relationship like a master and servant वो actually professionally अभी हम नहीं बोलते, but when it is defined in 1923 before independence, the definition is like this only. There must be a relationship ki one is a master and for them servant means, but this definition under this Human Rights Act उसको फिर उन्होंने ऑब्जेक्शन लिया था कि यू कांट कॉल द वर्कमैन एज सर्वेंट. ओके, बट कि वो द पर्सन हु इज वर्किंग फिजिकली और मेंटली फॉर द कंपनी एंड द कंपनी इज ओन्ड बाय सम पर्सन. That's why the master and servant relationship exists, and we are calling them as an employer and employee. But now a standard word is like an employee. Now in today's scenario, we are not calling them as a workman also or the worker also. Workman, worker, every person who is involved in the company's production, we are calling them as an employee. Whether it is belong to the class 4, class 3, हायर एम्प्लॉय को तो हम एम्प्लॉय कहते हैं, बट इट इज ह्यूमन जो राइट्स है अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट इट इज दे हैव सेड लाइक व्हाई टू क्रिटिसाइज और व्हाई टू डिस्क्रिमिनेट ऑन द like on the basis of salary or the wages or the nature of the work. Why don't we call all the employee as an employee, है ना? So that's why the standard definition nowadays, everyone is an employee for the organization. Okay. इवन इन अ गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में भी कैसे कहा जाता है कि वी ऑल आर अ सर्वेंट फॉर द गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट, गवर्नमेंट सर्विस एंड गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट. ओके, और अ गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉय. सो दिस इज द स्टैंडर्ड डेफिनेशन ऑफ अ वर्कमैन. अरे इसका फॉन्ट बहुत ही छोटा हो गया. एम्प्लॉयर्स लायबिलिटी टू पे अ कंपनसेशन, इट्स डिफाइंड बाय अ सेक्शन 3. As per the section 3 of 1 of the act, the following condition must be, I think you could not read this. As per the section 3 of 1 of the act of 1923, following condition must necessarily be satisfied in order to qualify for the compensation. Now suppose who is eligible to get the benefit under this act? It's very important question. Now one is like, I have already clear when I started with this discussion, like the company who is already giving the benefit to the employee under the State Insurance Act, they are not eligible to take a benefit under this act. Exempted. Okay, why? Because already they are taking a benefit under the State Insurance Act. Apart from this, the company or the organization or a factory, if they are not taking a benefit of workmen's State Insurance Act, they are eligible for this Workmen's Compensation Act 1923. He must be a workman with the meaning of his act. Now we have already gone through like who is a workman. Now, one condition I have given ki there is a one eligibility ki company is not taken a benefit under the first act, that is the State Insurance Act. And then the company has a other provision, they can give the means they can give the benefit under this Workmen Compensation Act to the workman if he's belong to that company. A personal injury must have been caused by accident. Now, suppose, and there is again a lots of discussion. Suppose a person is traveling for the work, because there is a lots of discussion and many pending cases are in the labor code. Like the person, suppose he is at home and he is doing certain work at a home, and he caused maybe he met with an accident. In that particular circumstances, I'm asking this question to you, Advait and Darshana, whether that candidate is eligible to get the benefit under this Workmen Compensation Act. Yes, Darshana and Advait. If the employee or a worker is working, he is doing some domestic work and he met with an accident, कुछ घर का electricity fitting कर रहा है, something he's doing, and he met with a small accident and he got some injured, major injured है. Will he be benefited with according to this law?
Ma'am, I don't think so.
Because Advait का भी आंसर सही है. Because what happened? He is not working. उसकी जो एक्शन थी वो कंपनी के लिए थी क्या? नहीं. He is working for the domestic work. Then he can't claim for the under this act, under this benefit. Okay. Now same thing. Suppose he is on the job. He is working. Maybe there are many. I'm giving just many conditions. Like suppose he is traveling for the job, or maybe he is from office, he is traveling for his home, and on the road he met with an some accident, major accident, and then major injured, maybe head है या बहुत ज़्यादा खून गया है, and the major accident हो गया है. Now in this condition, will he apply for the this particular benefit?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Advait, what you say? Yes or no? अद्वैत का माइक्स का हमेशा प्रॉब्लम होता है. Yes, suppose he is traveling for the work, or from work to he is traveling for the home. In this two journey from home to workplace and workplace to home, if he met with an accident, definitely he will get the benefit. Okay, I'm just sharing on a real condition, real case. We have telco industry, पुणे में ही है, पिंपरी चिंचवड़ के एरिया में. And there was a one person, bicycle होती है ना, I don't know whether you people are riding a bicycle nowadays, I don't know. बचपन में दोनों ने चलाया होगा नॉर्मल बाइसिकल जो होता है, हेल्दी मैंने एक्सरसाइज का एक तरीका है, राइड बाइसिकल. And the person was traveling, he was a workman, and he was traveling for, he was returning to home. Okay, and because that is a highway, पिंपरी चिंचवड़ का जो MIDC एरिया है, that is a highway, and he met with a major accident. Now on the spot लोगों ने उसको हेल्प किया, नियर बाई हॉस्पिटल में उसको एडमिट कराया, and then he was aware about, because the workmen के कैसे होता है, many people they are illiterate in the sense कि उनको signing आता है, but they are not according to the class 3 and the class 4 जो class 2 employee जो होते हैं, compared to them they are not aware about the functioning of the organization. उनको training दिया जाता है, फिर भी they are not aware about many things, many benefit available by the organization. That's why there are a union in the organization, and union leader are smart enough, and he must keep all the information which is benefit to the employee. Okay. Now the many people they came to know that one of our colleague, he met when an accident in night returning to from office, from workplace to the home. And then the people in their जो colleague है, he informed him that कि you because major injury है तो उसके लिए बहुत सारा monetary definitely the fees and जो आपको डिपॉजिट देना है हॉस्पिटल में, सो मेजर पोर्शन, एंड ही कैन कंट्रीब्यूट बिकॉज उसका सैलरी इतना नहीं है ना. Employee or the colleague suggested that we have in the office, in the company, we have this workman's compensation provision, and you please apply for that. We will inform you how to documentation process वगैरह कैसे है. The union leader was ready to help. He applied through the union, he applied the person, and वो तो खुद तो नहीं कर पा रहा था लेकिन colleague ने help किया and he applied for that. This issue is put up in the meeting, board meeting में put up हुआ matter, and they rejected the proposal. Okay, now why they rejected? Because they said that कि ये लॉ बोलता है कि आपका यदि इंजुरी है, यदि वर्क प्लेस पे हो गया तो ही आप you are eligible for this workman compensation act. Because when this act was implemented, it was not clearly mentioned that कि accident कहाँ पे कैसे, it is not mentioned. Nobody thought that suppose the accident happened in the outside the premises, outside the workplace, whether there is a provision of this act or not. Nobody was aware about that, and it is not clearly mentioned according to this Workmen Compensation Act 1920. Very in their older job का उसका issue है. Then he was not in a condition to pay the medical fees. Anyhow, the colleague, उसका जो major operation था head का, anyhow the people they manage and they contribute and they did all the needful. कुछ लोन लिया उसने, पर्सनल लोन लिया, और फैमिली कैसे होती है कि बहुत ज़्यादा इंडिपेंडेंट, उसके सन, डॉटर, वाइफ, है ना, पेरेंट्स, एंड क्रिटिकल कंडीशन एट, उसको सैलरी कैसे ही तब कैसा था कि इफ यू आर नॉट वर्किंग यू विल नॉट गेट अ सैलरी. प्राइवेट कंपनी है ना, टेल्को या बजाज ऐसी जो कंपनी है, तो दे आर नॉट रेडी टू पे ऑल्सो. एंड द मेजर इंसिडेंट्स देन थ्रू द लेबर वेलफेयर, जो लेबर कोर्ट होता है, somebody inform him कि you can apply in a labor court कि your is a major condition and you just apply, and why the company they rejected your proposal, why they are not giving you compensation for this under this benefit. Then finally 2-3 years there was a many hearing in the labor court, and finally the workman won the case. Why? According to the labor court, they advise that the purpose of traveling is return to home, है ना, घर पे तो जाना है ना उसको कि दूसरे दिन आना है इसलिए. And they clearly mentioned that he was working at the place, and then from office he was returning to home so that he can reach tomorrow to the office. घर तो जाएगा ना वो. And he was innocent, उसका fault नहीं था. He was riding on a bicycle, पीछे से ट्रक ने उसको डैश किया, and on the spot he was met with the major accident. And finally company they was ready, they did all the needful, and they given the compensation to the candidate. After that the labor जो ministry है उनके भी ध्यान में ऐसे जो issue होते हैं, because of certain issue they have clearly measured specifically. इसीलिए एक एक चीज को under the subsection, ये जो देखते हैं ना, section, subsection, clause, क्यों उसको define किया जाता है कि many people they are not able to understand. If clearly एक ही line में उन्होंने dependent बोला गया होता तो it is very very confusing for the person who are providing this benefit and also who is getting that benefit. उसके लिए भी clearly message नहीं जाता. That's why just to simplify the law, each and every element is clearly mentioned under the certain subsection or a section or under certain clauses. एंड नाउ बिकॉज ऑफ दैट इंसिडेंस दी जो लॉ में उन्होंने स्पेसिफिकली उसको बोला गया है कि यदि ऐसी सिचुएशन में एक्सीडेंट होता है तो द कंपनी मस्ट गिव द बेनिफिट अंडर द कंपनसेशन एक्ट. Okay, and they amend. There was a small amendments in the, that was a case near about 20 years before ki ek case hai. We already learned this case during our MBA. That was a live case we learned, and the amendment was passed under the labor code and the labor ministry, and they have given a provision that ki aisi situation yadi hoti hai to yes, company, the person is very much eligible to get the benefit under this Workmen's Compensation Act. Okay, are you getting that? Employees liability to pay compensation. As per the section 3 of 1 of the act, the following conditions must necessarily be satisfied in order to qualify for the compensation. He must be workman with the meaning of his act. He must be workman. He must be on payroll of that company. Personal injury must have been caused by the accident. अभी सेकेंड पॉइंट पे हमने इतना बड़ा डिस्कशन नहीं किया, बिकॉज पर्सनल इंजुरी है तो वो कहाँ पे, वर्क प्लेस में हो सकती है या ऑन द प्रीमाइसेस के बाहर भी हो सकती है. सपोज ही इज इनोसेंट और सडनली कंपनी में, वो कंपनी के बाहर है, वर्क प्लेस में उसका जो एरिया है, वर्किंग एरिया या शॉप फ्लोर है, ही इज नॉट देयर, बट कंपनी के बाहर कहीं बैकग्राउंड में खड़ा है एंड वहां पे कुछ शॉर्ट सर्किट हो जाता है. दैट इज अगेन द पर्सनल एक्सीडेंट. ओके, बीच सडनली एक स्ट्रॉम जो होता है, नेचुरल कैलामिटीज, ड्यू टू दैट ऑल्सो एक्सीडेंट हैपन, या कुछ तो अचानक से उसके ऊपर गिर गया कंपनी में, जैसे रेसिडुअल है या कुछ, he is innocent and certain accident happened in the premises, again he is eligible to get the benefit. The injury must have been caused by the accident. Okay, the accident must have arisen out of and in the course of the employment. They have clearly mentioned that the accident must have arisen out of and in the course of the employment, during the employment. The injury caused by the accident must have resulted in the workman's death or the permanent or total disablement or a temporary disablement. Okay, there are different types of disablement. Kabhi just to share with you, because of the accident uska he can lose his eyesight. फिंगर्स में प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है कि सपोज मशीन में आपका हाथ चला गया तो फिंगर कट्स और द डैमेज ऑफ द एल्बो, और ये आपका जो आर्म्स है उसमें कुछ इंजुरी आ जाता है, सडनली फ्रैक्चर आ जाता है. सो फ्रैक्चर वो परमानेंट नेचर में कि उसको ही कांट मूव दैट. स्लिप ऑफ यानी लेग्स में होने के कारण क्या हो जाता है, आपका पैर का जो प्रॉब्लम होता है, देन दी सडनली सर के ऊपर कुछ गिर गया. ओके, हियरिंग इशू बिकॉज ऑफ अ साउंड पोल्यूशन, हियरिंग इशू है. सो दीज आर सर्टन मेजर इंसिडेंट्स, एंड इन दैट ही इज नॉट वर्क इन अ नॉर्मल नेचर, है ना. सो these are the certain disablement pattern of a permanent है या partial है. Okay, sometime इंजुरी आपकी परमानेंट, पार्शियल कैसे होती है कि फ्रैक्चर है एंड मे बी या बैकबोन में कुछ इशू हो गया, या मेनी आईसाइट में इशू है, बट दैट इज नॉट परमानेंट. उसका ट्रीटमेंट हो सकता है. ओके, फिर भी ही इज एलिजिबल to get the benefit under this law. Okay, so that's why this law is giving a clear cut information about like partial disablement यानी क्या, total disablement यानी क्या, death तो is a normal in the sense कि that is a, वो दिखता है, उसका सब प्रूफ होता है, डेथ सर्टिफिकेट आपको सब प्रोवाइड करना पड़ता है. तो दैट इज उसके लिए तो कि वर्कमेंस की ऑन द स्पॉट हो सकती है, या आफ्टर ड्यूरिंग अ ट्रीटमेंट हो सकती है, या रिकवरी चल रही है, द चांसेस टू रिकवर एंड सडनली बिकॉज ऑफ हार्ट रिलेटेड इशू हॉस्पिटलाइज है, और 10 दिन आईसीयू में रहने के बाद या 15 दिन आईसीयू में रहने के बाद द डॉक्टर इज सेइंग दैट कि we can't save the life of the workman. So there are many issue related to like why the death is occur. But after accident, the death occur. So he, in that case, if death is occur, his dependent is eligible to apply and get the benefit under this act. Okay. Are you getting a detail about like in that what condition he is eligible to get the benefit under this act? Accident arising out of and in the course of his employment. The employer is liable to pay the compensation in case of a personal injury and occupational disease. Now, what is meant by occupational disease? जो मैंने अभी discuss किए हैं कि because of the sound pollution, noise pollution, air pollution, because of certain कंपनी में कुछ एक्सीडेंट हो गया ड्यू टू दैट ऑक्यूपेशनल डिसीज जिसको बोल जाते हैं. मेनी पीपल दे आर हैविंग अ सर्टन एलर्जी, केमिकल की रिएक्शन हो जाती है एंड दे आर गेटिंग सर्टन ईचिंग, आई ईचिंग हो जाता है, स्किन इशू स्टार्टेड हो, दैट इज ऑक्यूपेशनल डिसीजेस. प्रोडक्ट जो रॉ मटेरियल दे आर हैंडलिंग ड्यूरिंग द प्रोडक्शन एंड दे आर एलर्जिक टू इट, तो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज ऑक्यूपेशनल डिसीजेस. स्किन से रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है, एलर्जिक हो सकता है, हेयर से इशू हो सकते हैं, एंड देन these are a certain issue. What I want to say, उसको ही occupational lungs, because of the residual या air pollution, lungs से related issue हो सकते हैं, they are not able to take up normal breathe. So these all are come under the occupational disease. I'm giving a list of what come under the occupational disease. Personal injury may be a major cut है, finger cut है, या suppose hand cut है या leg cut है. These are a certain injury. Personal injury includes the physical, mental injury, strain or the shock caused by excitement. है ना, स्ट्रेन है, बैक स्ट्रेन, मेंटल इंजुरी, shock तो many employees are getting because of wiring का fitting it's not proper or maintenance is not done, machinery में loose connection है, तो again that, so it's happened because of is not maintained properly. So these are certain cases where the accident can happen incidental to his employment, and injured then arises out of employment. An injury could be held to have arisen out of employment if it is established that, now again it is defined, it must have resulted from some risk incidental to the duties of the service inherent in the nature of employment. When the company, when the workman is working in the company, and if some certain this issue happen, he is eligible to avail the benefit under this act. At the time of injury, the worker must have been engaged in the business of the employer and must not be doing something for his personal advantage. Sometimes, suppose he is on the he's working in the condition, working in the company, and the conditional is like, suppose he is not on leave and he is working for the company, तब कभी इंजुरी होती है तो in that condition he is avail the benefit under this company. If personal advantage के लिए, like he is working at home, he can't apply for the benefit. Okay, there are many accidents. Suppose अभी women से related है, अभी I'm just categorizing on the basis of a gender issue. Like suppose many accidents happen with the women because of a job का cylinder होता है ना, gas cylinder, उसका spot होता है kitchen में, and she is an employee, she is a workman, है ना. Will the company will give a benefit? No, because she is working for her personal advantage at a home. During a kitchen, she is cooking and अचानक से सिलेंडर का स्पॉट हो जाता है, तो कंपनी इज नॉट गिव द बेनिफिट टू द women workmen because that is not cover under this law. Okay, सपोज घर में कुछ यूटेंसिल है, घर में कुछ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी फिटिंग इज नॉट प्रॉपर, कुछ डैमेज हो गया या कुछ मेजर इश्यू हो गया, एंड देन नॉर्मली जो घर के एक्सीडेंट होते हैं ना, electric shock ho gaya, so in that case also company will not concern about this issue which happened in the home or the at personal advantage. If it's working at a person, he's not working for the company. Okay, so there are a specific provision, and they, according to this law, it is very very clearly specified, like who is the workman, who is the employer, in what condition the company can avail the benefit to the injured person or injured workman. Okay, so we must understand and what are the different benefit which is given to. In next session we will discuss like how much to pay. According to that, like suppose major injury hai to uske liye kitna benefit, how the calculation is done. So we will go in detail like how to calculate this the compensation according to the nature of accident, nature of injury, and the level of injury also. बहुत मेजर है तो उसके लिए क्या प्रोविजन है, उसके लिए डॉक्यूमेंटेशन कैसे होता है, उसके फॉर्म फिलअप कैसे होता है. तो दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट बिकॉज फाइनली यू पीपल आर साइनिंग और इशूइंग अथॉरिटी. आप तो मीडिएटर हो, जैसे आपके पास ये कंडीशन केसेस आएगी, आप उसको यू नीड टू गो थ्रू कि व्हाट इज रॉन्ग एंड व्हाट इज राइट, एंड देन यू आर फॉरवर्डिंग, यू आर आप उसको पुटअप करोगे ऑन इन अ बोर्ड मीटिंग, एंड देन the management of the organization, they are giving a permission ki yes, the person is eligible to get the benefit, and you are a mediator. So you must know about, suppose there is some documentation, a formality hai, to you can ask the employee ki these are a certain documentation the company is needing in the form of like a proof, है ना. एंड मे बी मेडिकल सर्टिफिकेट है या कुछ और भी विक्टिम उसका वर्डिंग आपको चाहिए, तो इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो दिस इज फॉर टुडेज सेशन. आई थिंक we must stop here because most of the students have not joined today also. Okay, so can I stop here, Advait and Darshana?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Last few minutes, 1 minute only left. Okay, when I'm started with this, you also take collect certain information related to Workmen's Compensation Act. That will be like a two-way approach, whether if you are collecting certain live cases related to this act and you just share during the session, it will be really benefit to other student also. So I'm expecting you people to just